What's up, guys? Just want to chat with you guys for a little bit. I got a couple minutes before my next client. Wanted to touch base with you. One, make sure everybody's doing well, make sure everybody's staying healthy, staying active. Hopefully not too much longer for the quarantine period, but again, try to be as productive as you can with everything from your workouts to your eating habits to, just being productive all day long. Today, real quick, I wanted to touch on a few things. First one being intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, I've gotten a lot of questions from clients, from people, always about intermittent fasting. What's the right way to do it? How to go about doing it? When is the best time to do it? Or just what is it exactly? Because there's a lot of misconception around it as well. So I just want to clear up some things for you guys. So intermittent fasting, really, really good technique for burning fat, for promoting growth levels and hormones, for building muscle. Ton of benefits that's been done, ton of studies that's been done that promote these benefits as well. So intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting, first of all, is about a 15 to 16 hour window where you're not eating anything or you're eating very, very little, right? It's called a 16 to 8 ratio, meaning for 16 hours you're not eating, and then for 8 you're trying to eat not as much as possible, but you're having your main meals within those 8 hours. So ideally, what makes the most sense and what's easiest to do when it comes to intermittent fasting is having dinner. Say you have dinner at 7 or 8 p.m. at night, and then you're not going to eat again a solid meal or a big solid meal until 11 or 12 o'clock the following day. So that's going to give you your 16-hour window for whatever you had for dinner the night before. Your body's going to fully digest it, and then your body's going to kick into fat storage for energy. So if you have a fast metabolism, if you're healthy, your food's probably going to digest within anywhere between 3 and 5 hours. It's going to fully digest depending on what you eat. Usually if you eat something that's super lean, raw, organic foods, anywhere between 3 to 5 hours it takes to fully digest. And then you have the remaining hours of the 16 to tap into potential fat, pre-existing fat to use for energy, right? So me, for example, I'll have my last meal like around 8 p.m. and then I won't eat until about 12 p.m. the following day. Liquids are allowed, so I will have coffee and I use milk, whatever milk you want to use. I use oat milk, preferably. Oat milk, almond milk, all nut milk is fine. You want to be careful with the whole milk and cow's milk. There's a lot of hidden sugars and hidden fats in that as well. But the coffee and the milk added to the coffee will help sustain you until 11 or 12 o'clock. I know it's a very outdated rule that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's really not. Every meal is your most important meal. Breakfast, the thing about breakfast is, if you have usually people that are busy, people that work a lot, you're not gonna have dinner until maybe 9 p.m. at night, right? And this is if you have a very fast metabolism. This is assuming that you're healthy. Assuming that you're healthy, you're gonna burn that off, somewhere throughout the night, and then you're gonna put food back in your stomach first thing in the morning, which doesn't really give your body enough chance to, one, clear everything out that's in there, fully digest everything out that's in there, and give your body a chance to tap into fat source, right? So what the window does, again, if you're very healthy, you'll get way more benefits from this. But if you're not, if your metabolism is slow, if you're a little bit overweight, it's actually really good for fat loss as well, for the same reason. You're not piling on calories. Every time you eat, you're not piling on calories. So your body doesn't have a chance to burn fat, right? Because if there's always food in your stomach, right? If you're not giving your body or your stomach enough time to fully digest everything, and then you're piling on food on top of that, your body's just always going to be constantly burning whatever calories you're consuming without giving it a chance to burn your pre-existing fat. Okay? With that said, it takes a while to get used to feeling normal doing intermittent fasting. In the beginning, if you first start doing it, and if you're used to having breakfast, even if it's a small breakfast, if you're used to having, I don't know, toast or cereal or oatmeal or whatever it is you have, your body takes a while to get used to it. So you're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna feel hungry in the morning, which is a good thing. You wanna give your body a chance to feed off of the fat. But you're gonna miss it. Some people get headaches, some people feel nauseous because your body's adapting. Your body's adapting to not having food in the morning, and it's adapting to tapping into another source for energy, that source being fat. This period of adaptation takes anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks for your body to start fully adapting to feeling okay in the morning. Again, the coffee or the tea with some added milk in there helps big time. It's gonna help to support you until lunchtime period or so. And again, a ton of studies done. So far, I haven't read anything that's negative. I haven't read any negative statements or any negative studies that promote anything bad when it comes to intermittent fasting. If you guys have read anything about intermittent fasting that has any negative effects, please let me know, send me a message or DM me and let me know. But again, I've been studying this for a long time. A lot of my colleagues have been studying this for a long time, and we don't see any negative benefits to this at all. So intermittent fasting, I will highly, highly recommend it. Try it for a few weeks. Again, the first week might be a little rough, the second week might be a little rough, but about the third week, it starts to feel a little bit better and a little more natural. Another thing that comes with intermittent fasting is a lot of energy. You'll start feeling more energetic throughout the day and in the morning as well. As most of us know, when you eat or you consume food, your body needs to digest it, right? That digestion phase or digestion time period burns a lot of calories. So you feel tired. Your body is working a lot to break down the foods that you have in there and distribute it throughout your body. That's why usually after you have a heavy meal, you feel really, really tired and you want to take a nap, or you just want to, lay down for a little bit and relax, because your body's in overdrive breaking down food. Digesting food burns a ton of calories, right? If most of your food intake is healthy, raw, lean, organic foods, not only is your body breaking it down to distribute it and burn a ton of calories while breaking it down, most of what you eat from fruits and vegetables and proteins is great calories, all right? We all know there's a difference between good calories and bad calories, right? If you consume mostly good calories, right, you're just sending your caloric burn into overdrive, because your body's breaking down these foods, burning a ton of calories, but it's not being replaced or substituted with bad calories. So it's a win-win situation. All organic foods, all lean proteins, your body has a use for it, right? The only thing your body doesn't really need or have a use for is processed foods, okay? You will never, ever, ever, ever gain fat from only eating fruits, vegetables, and proteins, right? Your body, from fruits, vegetables, and proteins, your body will take whatever it needs from these food sources, and whatever it doesn't need, you'll just pass out in the bathroom when you go to the bathroom. When it comes to processed foods like your flour, your high sugar substances, your body loves to store these things as fat, right? So unlike your raw organic foods, where your body just takes everything from it and then spits out the excess, with high caloric or high fatty foods or high sugary substance foods, instead of your body getting rid of it, it'll actually hold on to it as a fat storage for future use. So, long story short, you want to eat as much lean organic foods as possible to help promote, in addition to help promote intermittent fasting, okay? Your first meal should be, you could have a heavy meal for lunch if you want to, whether that's, heavy on the carbs, of course, good carbs. We all know the difference between good carbs and bad carbs, right? Most of your good carbs should be from your vegetables and your fruits intakes. Bad carbs being anything that has been through a processed phase, right? So what do we mean by processed? Anything that was once something and then was turned into something else, meaning pasta was once wheat, wheat was turned into dough, dough was turned into pasta. Same process for breads, right? Same process for your desserts and high sugary substances as well. So just raw foods as much as possible in addition to intermittent fasting, right? If you do intermittent fasting with a combination of raw organic foods only for about 4 weeks, you will see an immense change in your body, because your body's going to adapt to now natural, high nutrient dense foods. And that's honestly it. That's really it. There's no big secret to it. There's no big secret to speeding up fat loss or speeding up muscle gain. You just gotta watch what you eat and try to have a routine. Try to have a steady routine, daily basis. Take small steps, take baby steps in the beginning. You know, try to have dinner a little bit earlier than usual if you need to. I would say latest you should try to have dinner is maybe 9 p.m. right? And giving your body that 15 to 16 hour break between 9 and lunchtime the next day, 9 p.m. and lunchtime the next day, to give your body a chance to, one, digest the food that's in there, and give your body a chance to tap into the existing fat so we can start breaking down the existing fat, using it for energy. All right, give it about 4 weeks, see how you feel. Again, it's expected first to 2 weeks in there, it's expected to have maybe a little bit of lightheadedness, a little bit of headaches in the beginning, because your body's adapting to a new routine, a new form of intake, and it's super beneficial, super productive. All right, if you guys have any questions about this, again, feel free to comment or send me a DM, and I'll go over this with you one-on-one if you'd like to, or I could make another video talking about any concerns that you guys might have when it comes to these things. All right, so big takeaways to end. Have dinner no later than 9 p.m. Give yourself that 15 to 16 hour window. If you're, skipping breakfast is not a bad thing. All right, try to skip it, but again, your tea and your coffee is allowed. So you can have your tea and your coffee in the morning, which is going to sustain you until 12. All right. You can have a little bit of fruit in the morning as well. I have a banana with a tiny bit of peanut butter. This is also gonna depend on your body fat percentage, right? If you have a very high body fat percentage, I would recommend just trying to stick to the coffee in the morning and trying to hold out. If it's too unbearable the first couple of weeks, have a little bit of a snack, whether it's a fruit, nothing processed at all in the morning. Would probably definitely just recommend some type of fruit in the morning. If you have very low percent body fat, if you're in the low teens or the single digits body fat, you can definitely have a little extra something in the morning, because that means that your metabolism is already way faster than somebody with a higher percentage body fat, right? So if you're on a low percentage body fat with a high muscle mass, like athletes or anybody that's in the fitness industry, you can definitely have a little bit of fruit with some peanut butter or something in the morning in addition to, but nothing heavy, no big meals, just something super, super light, all right? Again, let me know what you guys think. Hope everybody's having a good week. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Take care, peace, love. Talk to you guys soon.